the enigmatic entrepreneur whose words will make you sure. Know, trust, and believe. The master teacher has come to help you succeed. The gem dropper, the truth speaker, the voice in the universe that will bring you to your highest peak. Welcome to the Get High on Motivation show with Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator.
Welcome to life eternal. The time is here, the time is now. So pick up and put on your crown. Goodbye to yesterday. Welcome to life eternal. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator, and welcome back to another episode. If you're a first timer, then let me give you the breakdown. I am your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, and I have come to help you, not even to help you, assist you, empower you, equip you to become 1% better in one area of your life. We're not trying to make leaps and bounds, but we are all having a desire for a higher level of success in our personal or professional lives. And if that is you, you have tuned into the right show. Today, we are talking about 7 guiding principles that really anybody could live for, but especially if you are an entrepreneur, if you are somebody who leads a team or is on a team, and especially if you are a member of a minority of a mastermind. See, I am a part of a mastermind called the Minority Mastermind, which I preside as the president, the village chief. And it is an exciting role because it's challenging. And what I know about challenges is that challenges are opportunities to grow. And I have grown so much since I have stepped into this role, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited. We had a brand new event recently, a mixer, and it was successful. So just giving a shout out to all my village members out there who may be tuned in today. So we're talking about 7 guiding principles. Before that, we got to get a little tea bag swag in our life. So today, my tea bag says, give to others and give to yourself the same attention. Give to others and give to yourself the same attention. Now, if we've had this food for thought before, I apologize, but I think this is some kind of reigning message that just keeps coming up and coming up and coming up and coming up. I've been doing some tarot card readings, and the card of altruism keeps coming up. So, altruism is a fancy word for make decisions that benefit everybody involved. But it also is a fancy word for saying take care of yourself too and take care of them. Find balance, strike a balance. We have many of us who are out there taking care of the world, taking care of our families, taking care of our organizations, and we're worn out. The reason we're worn out, the reason we are hitting burnout and exhaustion is because we have not been practicing altruism in our own lives. We have not been giving to ourselves. We must give to ourselves. We must take care of ourselves. We must fill up our own cup so much that it is overflowing, and then we pour from our saucer. That way you never have to worry about whether your cup is half full or half empty. Keep your cup full. That is your responsibility, to keep your cup full, to be sure that you are surrounded by people who fill your cup, who add to your cup, and who not just always sipping away on your energy. There's a such thing as energy vampires, and they exist and they're out there and they are ready to feast on your energy. So listen, you have to be mindful of that. You have to be intentional about making sure that you are giving to yourself as much as you are giving to other people. Many of you all pay all your bills but don't pay yourself. You worked for the money. You deserve payment. You deserve reward for the hard work that you've put in. Don't just immediately go out there and start putting your money out into other people's pockets, into other people's businesses. Put money in your own pocket first. That's where it all begins. Take care of you first. Put your own air mask on first. And then you can worry about the other people in your life. Many of us want to try to loan money out, and you don't even have it to loan out. If you can't do without the money, then you have no business loaning the money out. Only lend what you can do without. Only give what you can do without. So if you don't really have the time and if you don't really have the energy, don't promise that to somebody else. Because when you show up, either one, you may not even show up, or two, when you show up, you're not showing up fully as you can, as probably required more than is necessary. We have to be more mindful of how much we're putting out and how much we are receiving in. But one thing we also have to know is that thing that you feel like you're lacking is probably the thing that you need to give more, because we serve that type of universe. If you've ever heard of this word karma, karma is just a fancy word of the law of cause and effect. You cause your own effects in your own life by what you put out. What are you putting out? Huh? What are you putting out so that way you can get it back? Because if what goes around comes around, and don't expect for it to come from the people where you're placing it, okay? But just invest the time and the energy and the type of vibrations that you want to receive, the type of abundance you want to receive. I dare you to give out more compliments, give out more smiles, donate more of your time, donate more of your talent. A lot of us have talent that we're just keeping in our back pocket because we can't use it in our workplace. But how about you go donate some of that talent somewhere? If you have a voice, use your voice, whether it's to sing or to speak, to recite some poetry. If you know how to build and fix things, but you don't do that on your regular 9 to 5, go volunteer somewhere. When we start giving, so much will be given back to us that it is phenomenal. Givers gain every single time. So if you want to stand to gain more in your life, in any area of your life, then start giving more in that area. Okay. We have a lot to talk about today. So we are going to immediately jump into our conversation about the 7 guiding principles for entrepreneurs, teams, and masterminds. So this week we are celebrating, possibly, depending on where you are, you may have came across this new holiday that's not so new. It's been around for a while, but it's starting to catch on around the community. And it is a celebration that is not just for people of color or black people. It's principles that anybody could follow. And it comes from this idea of Kwanzaa. So Kwanzaa is a 7-day celebration that was created by this guy named Dr. Maulana Karinga. Now, Dr. Karinga says that it is our task to know our past and to honor it, to engage in our present and improve it, and to imagine our good future and forge it. That should have been the food for thought, huh? I'm going to repeat that because somebody needs to write that down. Our task is to know our past and honor it, to engage in our present and improve it, improve your current situation, and imagine our good future and forge it. Stop imagining things not working out for you. Point blank, period, end of story. I'm starting at the end and I'm going to work my way backwards. Too many of us are imagining things not working out. We're imagining what can come against us. We're imagining what can mess up or F up. But what if we concentrated our mind and our energy on the good future that awaits us? Concentrate on everything working out perfectly for you and what that looks like, what it'll make you feel like, how it would affect the people in your life. Because I'm hoping that whatever you're doing, you're not doing it just for self, that you're doing it for the people who are connected to you. We have to be mindful of all of these things, that our future is in our own hands and we have the power to forge it. And we forge it with our thoughts. Next, we write it down and then we start taking action on it. And that's how we forge our future. The future is up to you. It's not up to somebody else. It's not up to your boss. It's not up to your teammates. It's not up to your boo. It's not up to your best friend. The future success that is within you is up to you. So forge it. But we have to honor where we are right now. We have to honor where we have been. And that doesn't mean in a bad way. We all got skeletons in our closet. We all got some days that we don't want nobody to know nothing about. And that's okay. What's important is that we just honor the past. We learn the lessons from the past and apply them right here and right now. If you find that you're always running behind, what does that mean? It means that you need to make the time, take the time, invest the time to be prepared, right? So before I start running off on a soapbox, let's get into our first principle of today. Our first guiding principle is umoja, which means unity. to strive for and to maintain unity in the family, the community, the nation, and the race, as in the human race. We need to be united. There is nothing that we're going to do alone. There is no successful person who gets up on that stage at the microphone and says, except for Snoop Dogg, did I thank me? No. Most people thank the people who have assisted them, who have guided them, who have held them up, who have held them down, who've even held them back sometimes. We have to honor our team. We have to build a team. If you don't have a team, tap into a team, tap into a village, tap into a mastermind. There is power in numbers. That's in our personal world. That's in our professional world. Grown people need a village too, not just children. That's why unity is of the utmost. If you are working with the team, you have to have a unified vision. That's the whole purpose of your vision statement. So that way everybody on your team knows why we are doing what we're doing and how we are doing it. We have to be on one accord to create success. We don't have to agree on everything, is what I've been told, but we have to agree on one thing, is what the great King Naib says. Principle number 2, Kujichagulia. I love just saying that. Kujichagulia is self-determination. It's up to us to define ourselves, to name ourselves, to create for ourselves, and to speak for ourselves. I love the idea of being an entrepreneur because you get to give yourself a title. CEO in corporate world just means Chief Executive Officer. In entrepreneurial world, it means Chief Everything Officer. Some people call themselves the Chief Encouraging Officer. You get to name your own title when you are making a business for yourself. You get to name your own business and represent that. You have that power to do that, whether you're a 9-to-5 person or not. You can go ahead and start your business now and allow your 9-to-5 to be your number one investor. So don't quit your job too soon. Use that investment money to start that business and to fund your business and get it to where it desires to be. Because we need what you have. You got something in you that the world's been waiting on. And yes, unity does start with self, because you need to be unified with your highest self. You need the unity of your mind, your body, and your spirit to be all on one accord. I feel like that is the real holy trifecta. When you get all 3 parts of yourself, all 3 parts of your mind focused on the same thing, when you get in alignment with self, your lower self with your higher self, Lord have mercy, y'all finna be unstoppable out here. Okay, move on to Kujichagulia. Self-determination, defining ourselves, naming ourselves. We define who we are. And if you haven't, this is a wonderful time to do that. Take out your pen and paper and write down this person that you desire to be. And write down what this person does with their time. And write down what kind of personality attributes this person has. What kind of bank account this person has. Write it down, because it was written. And you must write it down. It must be written first. The next thing on our list is Ujima. Number 3 is Ujima. Collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our communities together and to make others' problems our problems. We have somebody in our village who has been raising a foster child. It is her great niece. I made it my business to make that my business as well, because it was a challenge for her. She needed a village. The child needed a village. We have to make the people in our lives, their problems, our problems. Don't let them sit there and suffer on their own. We're in this thing together. We stand to grow together when we help other people who are in need. Who is it that's in your life that could use a little more of your time and your attention? Your time, your talent, maybe even your treasure. If you got a couple extra dollars, some people don't have the time. That's okay. If you got some money to throw at something, throw it at somebody. Because with that, they may be able to buy the time that they need. But we have to be more mindful of how are we treating people in our lives with their problems. Do we not want to be on the phone with them like, okay, well, I got to go now, because we don't want to hear it? What can you do to assist someone today in an issue you know that they are battling? Even if it's just sitting quietly next to them. Maybe attending a AA meeting or an NA meeting with your friend. But doing things that will definitely carry us forward as a collective. Because if you haven't realized, all this has to do with collective thinking, collective action. Number 4 on my list, because I do want to make sure that I get through this entire list, and I might go hard on one element. So I want to make sure we have plenty of time to talk. Ujamaa. This is my favorite one, y'all. This is one that is very, very dear to my heart. It is one of my core values. Cooperative economics. Cooperative economics. To build and maintain our own stores, our own shops, and other businesses, to profit from them together. Profit from them together. Oh my gosh. Did you know that the other people in your industry don't have to be your competition? That you all can actually collaborate and make more money together versus trying to go against each other and be in competition? Think about it. That's why you have shopping malls, because the business that comes out of one store will automatically step into another store. We need to think, how can we bring our businesses together? How can we bring our talents together? How can we bring our community together? How can we bring our work together? If somebody in your life has a service that can benefit your customers, introduce your customers to them. Throw a little networking shindig so that way they can know that, hey, my homegirl has this product that you need. And this guy that I met, oh my gosh, he offers a service that has changed my business life. Share this kind of information because we grow together. When the tide rise, all the ships rise with it. Like I said, these are principles that anybody can live by. And you don't have to wait for a certain time of year to practice them. This is things that need to be practiced every single day of our lives, especially if you're an entrepreneur, especially if you are on a team or lead a team. There's no I in team, right? That means we have to think collectively and work collectively through the challenges. It is one of the best parts of being a member of a minority of the minority mastermind. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to do shameless plugs, but being a part of any mastermind, being a part of, even if your mastermind is just you and one other person, and y'all get together on a weekly basis to talk about your dreams and your aspirations, to talk about what you're going to be held accountable for, because we need more accountability in our life. We get away with doing the least versus doing the most, because there's nobody checking in on us and there's nobody checking on us. I've recently realized that I was getting away with not showing up as my best, not delivering my best, because there was no one to challenge me. We need that. Don't be scared of being rubbed the wrong way, because if you're afraid of being rubbed the wrong way, you will never be polished. Period. Credit to Wayne Dyer for that one. Next on our list, number 5, Nia, purpose. To make our collective vocation the building and developing our community in order to restore the people to their traditional greatness. You were born great. You were born a genius. You were born creative. And then you went off to school, and then you dealt with your family, and they told you stop using your imagination, grow up, sit still, get in line, do things this way. And you lost your true purpose somewhere off in there, I bet. But you have a specific purpose. And it's not anybody else's purpose. You have your own unique individual purpose. And when we bring our purposes together, it's like bringing a whole bunch of light bulbs together. Or, back in the day, people would be at the concert and one person would flick their lighter. Then somebody else flicks their lighters. And next thing you know, the whole audience has their lighters flicked. And now the crowd is lit. That's what happens when we bring our purpose together. So let's see what's next on our list. I think I really want to talk a little bit more about purpose, because I think sometimes in an organization, there are people who don't feel like they have purpose, or that they don't have a big enough purpose. The pinky toe is one of the most important body parts. And ask anybody who's ever broken, sprained, twisted, dislocated a pinky toe, and they will tell you they couldn't even wear a shoe. They couldn't walk from this little baby toe. Everything and everyone has purpose. No matter how small you believe your role to be, in your organization, know that you have purpose. However you see yourself, even in your family dynamics, know that you have purpose. You were born with purpose. You were born on purpose. You didn't just accidentally show up here. No, ma'am. No, sir. You were divinely picked out and dropped out the sky. I don't know if it was out the sky, Let's just imagine we still had storks in our mind. And a stork dropped you off on the doorstep because we needed you. And we need what's inside of you, most importantly. What is your purpose? Define your purpose. And if you haven't found it yet, it's that mixture of what you're good at, what people will pay you for, and what you're passionate about. That little center part where all those things overlap is your purpose. Define your purpose for this next season coming into your life. So that way you can walk in purpose. So that way you can speak in purpose and on purpose. Purpose is in you and purpose is on you. So come on, flaunt that thing. Number 6. Kumba. Kaumba. That's how I want to say Kaumba. Kaumba represents creativity. We're just talking about creativity. To do always as much as we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than what we inherited it. I love that concept because we were given this precious earth, Mother Earth, and some of us just treat her any old kind of way. When we have an obligation to leave this place better than we found it, or it found us, like it said, better than what we inherited. It's your job to improve your family dynamics. It's your job to improve your community. It's not somebody else's. Quit looking for them. Quit looking for somebody to get behind and stand behind and support. It's you. You are the person that can make a difference in your community with that purpose, no matter how big or how small you view it. We were all born creative. And creativity is usually those thoughts that come to us that we're like, wait a minute, nobody else has done that. I've never seen that done before, because that's creativity. That is your mind at work. That is the universe at work within you. We don't have to do things how they always have done. Back to naming ourselves. We can be creative in naming what is your job position within your own company. Quit trying to be the owner and the CEO. That's lame and play it out anyway. And then it makes it where you can't say, well, listen, I need to speak to someone first. You always want to have that buffer. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the entrepreneurial world, it's best not to be the boss. It's best to allow your clients to believe that there is another person that you report to, or another group of people that you report to, and you can't make decisions on your own. So that way they don't talk you in or talk you out of something they ain't got no business. So don't worry about being the boss. Be very creative in naming yourself. Be creative in what it is that you are providing out there. I don't care if you have the same exact service as thousands of other people. Be creative in how you offer it. Be creative in how you go about talking about your product and your service. Be creative when you're on social media. Everybody's doing the same old thing. So please believe if you do something different, you're going to stand out. And people are going to look and they're going to listen. So go ahead and use all your creative juices and get out there and be who you really are. Because I guarantee the majority of us, I'm going to say 89.5% of us, are not being who we are. We're being who we've been taught to be. We're being who we think we are expected to be. Where's the creativity in that? I see the women on television and I think they're all the same. I'm like, oh, is that Cash Doll? Oh, is that Sweetie? And my sister and my niece are like, no. They're shaking their head. I'm like, well, they all look the same. They all have the same hair. They all have the same eyelashes, the same makeup. So they all look the same. When I see my teenage boys running around, all my nephews look about the same. They all have the Bart Simpson hair. Where is the creativity? Challenge yourself to be creative tomorrow when you get dressed. Dress in a different way than you've ever dressed before. Put some stuff together that you normally would say, I don't know if that goes together. If you ever want to compare yourself in the world of fashion, look at the Africans, look at the Indians, look at people who are vibrant and colorful, because they know how to match some things together in a way we never as Americans would, because we just white t-shirts or white button downs and khaki pants. We're very simple and plain. Be creative. Be creative in every aspect of your world, just for today. Maybe that's what we can work on, being 1% better in our world of creativity. Yeah? You can handle that? I know you can. That's why you're here. All right, the last one on my list, number 7. Love the number 7. It's such a divine number. Imani, faith. To believe with all our heart in all of our people, in our parents, in our leaders, in our teachers, and in the righteousness and victory of our struggle. As entrepreneurs, we struggle. Now, I can't say that 9 to 5 people don't struggle because I know they do. Some people take on these jobs just so they can get these big checks and they all the way stressed out, having heart attacks and all kind of other stuff. I don't even understand that life. But if that's your business, that's your business. We have to have faith in whatever it is that we're doing because sometimes when you are an entrepreneur, you don't know if it's going to work. There's no proof. And that's where faith comes in. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You have to see it before it exists. Everything that we encounter existed first in somebody's mind. Then they wrote it down on paper and then it became a reality. But they had to have faith. If it wasn't for faith, we wouldn't have airplanes. Because two brothers had to have enough faith in each other, in themselves, and in the work that they could provide to make a vehicle get up off the ground and float into the air. And now we got airplanes. I fly all the time. Y'all already know. I'm in another city right now. But it was faith that allowed that to happen. It was faith that we could talk to people without seeing them through some type of telephone line. And now there's no line. That's faith. Have faith on whatever it is that you're working on. Have faith in your business. Have faith in your team. Have faith in your family. But most importantly, have faith in yourself. Have faith in you. Stop trying to convince other people to have faith in you. Quit trying to convince other people to believe in you. It is you who needs to believe in you. It is you who requires your faith. Your vision requires your faith. Your dream requires your faith. Your aspirations, your goals require your faith. Because sometimes things are going to get scary. Things are going to get dark. They're going to get heavy. But if you have a strong enough faith, you will persevere. You'll push through every single time. So have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your family that things will improve no matter what they look like, feel like right now. Have faith in your community that things will improve. Because as Dr. Karinga told us, it is our task to know our past and honor it, to engage in our present and improve it, and to imagine our good future and forge it. Our task is to know our past and honor it, to engage our present and improve it, and to imagine our good future and forge it. This is Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator. And really quick, I want to run down those 7 principles for you again before I say goodbye. Number 1, umoja, unity. Number 2, kujichagulia, self-determination. Number 3, ujima, collective work and responsibility. Number 4, ujama, cooperative economics. Number 5, nia, purpose. Number 6, koumba, creativity. And number 7, imani, faith. I love you, love bugs, and I'll see you next week. Make sure that you share this with somebody that you love and that you care about. Definitely if it's somebody you work with that is an entrepreneur. I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator. And this is the Get High Motivation Show. Be happy, be healthy, be you. I love you.